Hey, everybody. Welcome back to another edition of E2C Network Live, where we get together. We talk about what's going on in the world of the Auburn family spectrum. We're always heavy on the sports here on this channel, but if it's orange and blue, it is what we do. And thank you for joining us, whether you are watching here live or you're watching on a replay. We are in the middle of yet another rain delay, lightning delay. Actually, this was actually a rain delay this time. The tarp is out. The lightning has now somewhat subsided, but we are in the middle of a weather delay, and I am not certain as of this moment if they are going to continue forward. Seems like there's a conscious effort to try to do so, as I believe I can see the UCLA players still in the dugout out there. But it has been a wild and interesting night trying to get this game in, and I figured now is a better time than any to do a live stream about it and discuss what we have seen and what we know so far. So I'd love to hear from you guys, comments and questions. We'll do this for a few minutes, not our typical length, but it's going to be kind of weird trying to discuss this when it's not over, but it kind of feels like it's heading that direction. So we're going to, I guess, handle this with kitty gloves and see what we can get into without maybe jinxing ourselves. So share your commentary along as you'd like to. Make sure you smash the like button if you haven't, and make sure that you share this out on social media if you're watching there, retweets, share it in the Facebook groups, all that good stuff. Want to know who is here hanging out with us. Rob Donaldson checked in a little bit earlier, also not liking the lightning. We are definitely not. Linda is asking, is it officially raining? Well, according to the lights I see, it is raining, and raining not as hard as it was about 5 minutes ago. It has definitely slowed down. And there was just a flash of lightning, so I bet that's going to make things a little bit difficult. Devin, this is frustrating, but still love the game to this point. Super impressed with the Auburn team. Yes, despite all of the, I don't want to call it disadvantages, but despite all of the issues that they've had to face, and UCLA as well, the Tigers have put themselves in yet another position to win a game, up 9-0. I feel a lot better about this delay and its effects on Auburn with the 9-0 lead. Obviously, we're in the top of the 7th, I believe it is right now, or the bottom of the 7th, 1-2, and yeah. Cheryl checking in on Facebook. Thank you, War Eagle from Fair Hope. Hope y'all's weather down there is a little bit nicer than that. I appreciate the humor everybody's giving during the rain delay here. Game might be called just an FYI, Jack says. Yeah, if you guys hear an official, let me know, because Kyle's plan tonight, hope tonight, was that we would be getting out of here with a win officially, and I'd be heading back to Atlanta, albeit just a little bit earlier on than we actually have done so. Clint is tired. Give you some good news. The only good news I can give you is that I'm still here. Seems like the players are, as far as I cannot tell from my vantage point if that's the players out there or that's the writing on the wall, but it looks to me like the players are still out there in the dugout a little bit, so I don't know. No good news right now except that Auburn is up 9-0. Let's see here. If they call it, will they resume tomorrow or just put it in as an official game? Autumn, Andy and Brad seem confident that they'll finish the game either tonight or tomorrow since it's a regional final. Yes, I doubt they're going to. I would imagine it's reached the point where they have to come to an agreement to end the game or call the game, and I don't think that UCLA is going to end their season by their own accord. So several fans, I shouldn't say several, some fans are trying to stick it out. Got a bunch of people just now showing up all around me too, so again, I get awkward when I've got a ton of people around me, but we'll see what happens here. Cheryl's still celebrating all the way through this. I'm glad the optimism. It looks like the rain's at least really slowed down now based off how it looks in the lights. It's hard to see from my vantage point, but yeah, it's a little bit frustrating. Clint says tournament time means they're going to do everything possible to get 9 innings, and they will. And I kind of, honestly, my hope is they just, at this point, everybody's up late. Just go ahead and finish the dang thing so UCLA can make their travel plans to go home if it carries how it has to this point. but I can understand them, definitely wanting to get this thing in. This is interesting doing one of these post game live streams without a post game. Um, and it looks like the rain is starting to pick up a little bit more too now right here. So I don't know if so here's the interesting thing. I know this is a great commentary and a great show just talking about the weather. The entire night there was not really supposed to be much rain, but this like glob of stuff just kind of kept hanging around us the entire night, and finally, uh, it just I guess became too much because we had these delays throughout the entire afternoon, and then it was like finally someone said, all right, look, we're just going to ignore it and keep moving forward. And I guess with the rain finally officially moving in, they said it's too much. We can't ignore it anymore. So I applaud them for trying their best to get it in, but who knows if they will finish it tonight or not. This is another reason we need wooden bats in games. Jack, I don't think it's specifically for the whole aluminum bats thing, but yes, that would obviously be one lightning rod in the stadium, and it was just a pure safety thing. I mean, really, honestly, they held out as long as they could with the lightning. The rain is really what just kind of did everything in, and the wind with it. Other than the weather talk, what I can say about this team is I'm just so impressed with, obviously, Mason Barnett, too. 3 innings in a row, I think it was, gave up either a hit with a guy in scoring position and then gave up walks and then got himself out of a jam with the help of his defense, obviously, each time. So a lot of people, I think, were worried about Mason. I just kind of had this weird suspicion that he was going to do really well, and I'm glad that he proved my suspicions wrong. And he was very frustrated when he got called off the mound there. I wanted to finish out that inning, but listen, he's the pitcher of record at this moment. Barring unforeseen circumstances, he's going to, if Auburn holds, maintain as the win, as long as they don't give up a tie and then still come back and win. You all know how that works, but very impressed with him. I will say Bobby Reynolds, I said Bobby Pierce. Bobby Pierce has just been itching to get one knocked out of the park here, and he just misses it just barely, it feels like, every time. Obviously, Sonny has had a great night. He was back up to almost 400, I think, at one point for his batting average after his 2 RBI, or 3 RBI. Was it 2 or 3 RBI night? Two at bats. His first and third at bats had RBIs. The pitching is what she meant throughout this whole weekend has been fantastic, and absolutely, and that's Devin, you've been here long enough on the channel to know that we've been talking a lot about this. The question isn't can Auburn score points. The question is can the defense can the pitching not allow as much offense as the Auburn Tigers are able to put up. Pretty big lightning strike just hit. The longer this goes on, the less likely I think that we're going to finish this thing tonight. Linda, he's at 412. He's like 412 with his RISP. Sonny the Share is just a beast. Just an absolute beast. I've got the fans next to me. I'm trying to see if they're actually going to sit down. It looks like maybe everybody believes this thing's going to get finished out tonight, but it is now pouring. I can actually now hear it inside my car, inside the parking garage. And I'm surprised more people from the 4th floor of the deck, the main floor, haven't come down. But are they packing it up? They might be packing it up. Anyway, I know it's frustrating, but I'm happy with the team's performance. I'm happy with where we find ourselves, even if we have to finish this thing out tomorrow night. So I just wanted to hop on here and talk with you guys, and we'll definitely probably, when we get an idea of if Auburn wins and if they go to a super regional, we get an idea of at that point who we'd be playing, then maybe we'll get on and kind of discuss this further when we can talk about the solidification of wins and losses. But it is coming down in sheets now, y'all. I think we're done for the night. I think we are. I'm just going to go ahead and guess that right now, unless it stops and just everything goes away in the next 10 minutes. I think we're done. With that, though, I appreciate you guys hopping on here on a weird and impromptu post-game live stream, a post-game live stream where we don't have a post-game to talk about, but we're kind of just assessing what's going on. But it has been a fun series. Auburn looks like they're in position to take this one and move on to super regionals. And with Vanderbilt, as of this moment, knock on wood, looking like they're trying to knock off Oregon State, we could be back here next weekend. More on that later. So thank you guys for tuning in. Smash the like button on the way out. Check out the links for the description how you can become a channel member here or join the Patreon group or the Patreon and become a Booster Club member. You guys are the best little families in the Auburn family. War Eagle.